Good morning, Enid. It is Thursday, February 21st. Thank you for joining us once again. Seems like we were just here. Good morning, Greg. Good morning, Erin.
Morning.
And good morning again. Grab a cup of coffee and join us for the next 30 minutes. Derrick, the bow tie guy, is here, so he's got some news, and we've got some weather and all kinds of information. And we're going to be talking about the Surgery Center of Enid today. So again, grab a cup of coffee and join us for the next 30 minutes of all this information. We're live streaming around the globe, and we want to say hello to all of our friends from around, really around the globe that have been a part of Good Morning Enid through the years and have been guests and also co-hosts. We say good morning to them. And we're also coming to you live on Channel 12 and 112 right here in Enid, Oklahoma. So we got a great show. Thank you for joining us. Good morning, Enid. As my mom would say, Steve, it's time to rise and shine.
Good morning, Enid. Thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday morning. I don't know about you, but this February weather has got me confused a little bit. 60 degrees one day, and the next day it is snowing, and we've got ice on all the roads. So
It's called Oklahoma.
So let's take a look at that bus stop forecast to see what it has in store for us today. Looks like it's currently sitting at around 33 degrees, which is also our low, so this is as cold as it's going to get today. And the high today of 47, so getting up closer to 50, which is pretty nice. The winds are coming out of the southeast, so I guess it's probably not going to get much colder. It's always nice when it's coming out of the south.
Yeah,
absolutely.
A lot of hot air in Texas, as they say. That's what they say. I'm just the messenger. And anyway, that's all coming up. Everybody's got a busy weekend, so let's look what Friday, Saturday, Sunday looks like on the weather map. And as you can see, typical February, upper 40s, low 50s. Looks like Saturday's going to be the warmest. However, I keep hearing about chance of rain on Saturday. And that's good because I was doing a lot of yard work last week, getting some weed kill down and fertilizer and all that stuff you're supposed to do in February. So I needed rain, I needed some snow, so this is good timing. So it looks like we might have some more rain chances on Saturday. So that's the 3-day forecast for everyone, and hope that helps you out as you're planning your weekend. Well, our very special guest this morning on Good Morning Enid is Greg Leap. We appreciate Greg being here. He's with the Surgery Center of Enid, and we're going to put him to work. And this is the segment, Greg, where we do the record temps. So why don't you take us back in the history books?
Well, it looks like the 30s were into extremes with 6 degrees as the low in 1939. And then in 1935, 82 degrees, a record high. Impressive.
And every time that we see this, Greg, it seems like each day in history always has those extremes. It's either 0 or 80, you know. It's not 50 and 55. It's one or another. So anyway, well, good morning. Thank you for joining us. We're looking forward to our visit here in just a few moments. Okay, it's 7:33 and school is in session for today. I think they're off for Friday, but Erin has the school menu for today.
Yes, today they're having chicken sandwiches, seasoned wedges, ranch-style beans, pickle slices, bananas, and milk. And tomorrow there are parent-teacher conferences, so there is no school.
No school?
Yes.
So what are they going to do for lunch?
I don't know. I guess they have to make it themselves this time.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right?
Sounds pretty good.
Sounds pretty good. All right, well, I hope you're having a good Thursday morning. As Erin just kind of gave you the current weather, doesn't look too bad today. It's just amazing what a difference in a day. We had snow. It was cold. Everybody scraping ice off of their windshields, and then the next day it's kind of all melted. So I think we're kind of used to that here.
Sunshine yesterday was great.
Yeah,
oh,
that was
it
nice.
was. It really was. Speaking of sunshine, well, we turned to one guy, and his name is Derrick Silas, and AKA the bow tie guy. He has all the news and sports for us, and also a little bit of trivia and a little historical information, and it's called the Oklahoma Minute.
Well, the USS Tulsa was commissioned in San Francisco on Saturday as the newest warship in the U.S. Navy's fleet. It is one of the most technologically advanced fleets in the world without the traditional rudder or propeller. It operates more like a catamaran and jet ski. The warship features electronic components made by a Tulsa firm, U.S. Pioneer. And the City of Enid is accepting applications to fill vacancies on several boards and commissions. The applications will be accepted until all vacancies are filled. Go to enid.org/boards to download the application. For other questions or concerns, call 580-616-7275. And the City of Enid, in cooperation with the Oklahoma Department of Transportation and the Federal Highway Administration, is proposing to widen and improve North Cleveland Street from the BNSF railroad tracks to West Willow Road. The city will have a public meeting in the council chambers at City Hall on Tuesday, February 26th at 5:30 p.m. to discuss the project and receive public comments. In sports, Oklahoma City has 2 games this weekend. Tomorrow they will go up against Utah at 8:30 p.m. You can watch it on ESPN. And Saturday they will play Sacramento at 7 p.m. It will air on Fox Sports. In college basketball, Tulsa will play Temple University at 11 a.m. Saturday. It will air on ESPN News. OU will play Texas also at 11 a.m. It will air on both ESPN2 and ESPNU. OSU will play Kansas State at 3 p.m. and it will air on ESPN2. On this date in history, in 1965 in New York City, Malcolm X was assassinated by rival black Muslims while addressing his organization at the Audubon Ballroom in Washington Heights. And that's the Oklahoma Minute.
Thank you so much, Derrick. You're always a wealth of knowledge. He really knows everything.
Most of us leave smarter every Thursday.
Most of us.
Most of us. Had to qualify that, sorry.
Just wanted to remind everyone that if you have any events that you'd like to share with us or any pictures, you can always send it to us at gme@enid.org, and our cows and chicken will be there waiting for you.
Yeah, if you have a birthday or
birthday.
Graduation event.
Yeah, graduation's going to be coming up right around the corner.
True. Send us the
May.
pictures. We'll be glad to do that.
Or some pictures of that snow that happened a couple days ago.
Yeah. It really wasn't a snowman making kind of snow.
I did see people
so-
sledding. I don't know what they were sledding on, but they were definitely sledding on something.
We used to joke that our landfill, go to the side of the landfill and slide down it.
I think a ski lift would be great.
Yes, ski Enid out at the landfill south of the community. Okay, at 7:37, as Erin mentioned earlier, we're working our way all the way up to a very pleasant 47. 47 is not bad for late February, and we'll take that. But we also want to turn to Erin at this time to find out what's happening. It's just amazing, the entertainment and the number of events taking place each weekend in Enid. So here's what's happening.
Thanks, Steve. There are some great events happening this weekend. Kicking us off is the Oklahoma City mayor will be in town. He will be doing his book signing on Saturday from 2 to 4 at Putnam 6 Bookstore. He's going to be signing copies of his book, The Next American City, The Big Promise of Our Mid-Sized Metros. So if you don't already have this book, definitely go to the signing on Saturday to meet him and get it signed. After that, we have the Garfield County Ducks Unlimited banquet on Saturday as well from 6 to 10. It is at the 81 Ranch. It is $50 for single tickets, $75 for couple, and $100 for families. It is for wetlands conservation, and they have already conserved over 14 million acres, and they are counting. So this is a great event. Always got to conserve those wetlands. After that, we have the Country Western Dance. So if you're in the mood for dancing, maybe warm up a little bit since it's a bit chilly this weekend, go to this on Saturday at the Moose Lodge from 7 to 11. It's $10, and you do not have to be a member, so it's also another great event. It'll be warm, hopefully, because Country Western dancing is get your sweat on.
Well, it's indoor.
Exactly, it's
Right.
indoor, so it's always going to be fun. And then finally, we have the Enid Day at the Capitol, which is this Tuesday from 8 to 9 in the morning. It's at the state capitol in Oklahoma City, and there will be a waffle breakfast, so you can't complain about that. Gotta love waffles.
Okay,
And you get to meet...
Breakfast of Champions.
Exactly.
That's right.
Get to meet some of our great legislators. So 4 great events happening this weekend, and that's all that's happening.
Very good, and that's quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's 7:39, and speaking of the ice and snow and the cold, we have a little video clip that we want to show you. I think it's entitled Snow or something close to that. But we'll be back with Greg Leap of the Surgery Center of Enid right after this. was kind of therapeutic, wasn't it?
It's relaxing.
Relaxing, but it was also cold. Kind of made me want to drink some more coffee or something. So, all right, it's 7:40. Good morning, Enid. Again, thank you for joining us. Greg Leap is our special guest from the Surgery Center right here in Enid, Oklahoma. Greg, welcome. And before we came on the air, we were talking a little bit about family and so forth, and a couple kids at the university and so forth. Why don't you just introduce yourself, a little bit about your background, if you will, to our viewing audience.
Okay. Well, I grew up here in Enid.
So everybody knows you then.
Well, a few people,
Okay.
definitely. Went to Enid High School, graduated back in 1985, and then went on down to Dallas, Southern Methodist University for school, and was down in Dallas for about 6 years. Migrated back to Enid while I was working on my MBA at University of Oklahoma. At the same time, I was supporting my father's clinical laboratory practice at that time. So at the same time working on the MBA and running a clinical laboratory practice kind of got me back to Enid around 1994, and I met my lovely bride, Lori, here in town, and we've got a couple kids, Erin and Ryan, who are down at the University of Oklahoma. After the clinical laboratory period, I went to work for Advanced Food Company for over 15 years, and tremendous experience with the growth and success with Advanced Food Company. It was a great experience. And then for the last 5 years, I've been the administrator for Surgery Center of Enid. It'll be 5 years in June, and a great group. Yeah, really enjoyed it.
Very good. Well, that's a great segue, so we can learn now about Surgery Center of Enid.
Yeah, kicking us off, where is the Surgery Center located here in Enid?
We are at 1133 West Willow Road, just directly east of Autry Technology Center. So very easy to find on Willow.
Okay, just east of Autry Tech. And the reason that we asked that is, Greg, there's the local audience that's watching the show, but we have learned that there's life after the show. Once it gets on YouTube, people from around the globe start watching this, and they may not be that familiar with Enid, so that really helps people out. So, okay, on the business card, I think it says administrator.
Yes.
That's a big title. So what is the administrator, or what is your role at the Surgery Center of Enid?
Well, really, it's just to support the organization, honestly. We've got a great team of doctors at the Surgery Center, and nurses, anesthesiologists, and techs. A wonderful group of people. So my job is to support everyone there to make sure that everybody has what they need and everything's working correctly.
Great. For anyone who doesn't know much about the Surgery Center, can you just give us a quick overview of what the Surgery Center actually is?
It is an outpatient surgery facility. We have been operating for almost 25 years next year, and we perform outpatient surgical procedures that really often involve someone checking in early in the morning, like we talked about this morning, getting ready for surgery, having a procedure that supports recovery and discharge really the same day. We have a couple overnight rooms, but we have 4 ORs and 2 endoscopy procedure rooms that support colonoscopies and EGDs. But then we have 2 overnight rooms as well. And there are some procedures that we keep overnight, but all patient visits must be discharged before 24 hours. And again, it's outpatient surgery. Some people, a lot of people have had procedures at the Surgery Center. We perform about 5,000 procedures a year. But there are some people I come across that think that we're more of a minor emergency clinic or something like that. And so, yeah, we're always educating people about what our role is.
Well, you've done a great job explaining what really takes place at the center. My next question is along those lines. You know, what is the goal of the Surgery Center? Yes, it's for the outpatient, but could you really define another goal of the whole organization?
Well,
is it just to be convenient?
It is convenience. It's obviously excellent patient care with convenience at the same time. We have fantastic hospitals here in town that perform outpatient procedures and inpatient support as well. But a surgery center is all about convenience, accessibility, to support those same outpatient procedures at often a much lower cost.
Before Erin asks you another question, I just had this thought that it seems like there's a real challenge in the state of Oklahoma in rural areas to get the health care because people have to leave XYZ town and drive all the way to Lawton, drive all the way to Oklahoma City, Tulsa, whatever it is. So with the Surgery Center of Enid located here, do you know if it's helped people to really get access to health care? Because they may not be able to drive to the Lawtons and the Oklahoma Cities.
Sure, sure. Oh, I really believe so. In fact, I see many people come in from all over Northwest Oklahoma to have outpatient procedures done, out into the Panhandle, north of I-40, even from southern Kansas, to have these procedures performed. So we see it all the time. And with Surgery Center of Enid and some of the programs that we're in, we're even bringing some people out of Oklahoma City and Tulsa for some procedures with some innovative health plans that allow these people to have procedures at no out-of-pocket costs.
Wow. That's amazing.
It really is.
Are there any, you kind of touched on this a little bit with convenience. Are there any other advantages to going to the surgery center versus going to a regular hospital?
Another advantage is often less infection rates. On an average across the country, nationwide average, surgery centers have lower infection rates.
And that's because?
That's because, you know, you have to be well and in good shape for outpatient procedures. And, and so we see, I mean, if someone has infection concerns, those are often procedures that we cannot support at a surgery center, and people that are ill often need to go to a hospital. So the referring surgeon and anesthesiologist and our CRNAs evaluate the patients to make sure that they are well and to support good expected outcomes.
Good morning, Enid. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday, February 21st. It's 7:47, and Greg Leap is our special guest today. If you go, Greg, to the website, you will see a list of doctors and services. Can you kind of give us a snapshot of what are some of the services that are being offered at Surgery Center?
Absolutely. We are a multi-specialty surgery center, and so we do all kinds of procedures. Again, we've got 4 ORs and 2 endoscopy procedure rooms. So in the operating rooms, procedures like orthopedic procedures, knee procedures, shoulder procedures, we do podiatry, we do eye procedures, do a lot of cataracts, urology procedures, a lot of pain procedures, pain management procedures, really the full gamut of outpatient procedures in the ORs. And then also in the endoscopy rooms, we do a lot of colonoscopies and EGDs, a lot of screening colonoscopies. Again, next month is colon cancer screening month, and so boy, these colonoscopies are a great tool to really stay ahead of colon cancer concerns.
You have all these amazing services. Can anyone use it, or are there only a specific type of people that can use it, or who can actually use this
Good
service?
question. Who can utilize this?
Really, everybody can use it, and we support all ages from extremely young to aged patients as well. Again, you have to be well, and that's the case for any outpatient procedure, whether you're in the hospital or at an ambulatory surgery center, but anyone can use these. And we support patients that have a health insurance plan under managed care, many Medicare procedures, and then even private pay, self-pay individuals as well.
Let's continue with the theme of individuals. If an individual doesn't have a primary care physician, they don't have a doctor, they're just new, can they come to the Surgery Center of Enid just kind of get some guidance? Maybe they left a state for a new job opportunity and they were supposed to have surgery 6 months ago, but they put it off because they moved, and here they come to Enid. Can they come to the Surgery Center of Enid and say, okay, what do you offer? And
Absolutely.
Can they do that to get some guidance, I guess is my question.
Absolutely. We certainly can discuss those procedures with those patients and then help connect them to a physician on staff. We have almost 30 physicians on staff, and so we can absolutely help connect them to a physician that can support that procedure.
Greg Leap from the Surgery Center of Enid is our special guest this morning on Good Morning Enid, and we'll have more with Greg in just a moment.
And if you missed it earlier this morning, we have one guy that we turn to who knows all the news, all the weather, and all the sports, anything you could ever want to know. And that is Derrick Silas, the bow tie guy with the Oklahoma Minute.
Thank you, Erin. The USS Tulsa was commissioned in San Francisco on Saturday as the newest warship in the U.S. Navy's fleet. And the city of Enid is accepting applications to fill vacancies on several boards and commissions. You can go to enid.org/boards to download the application and to look up more information. The City of Enid will also have a public meeting in the council chambers at City Hall on Tuesday, February 26 at 5:30 p.m. to discuss the North Cleveland Street project and to receive public comments about it. Oklahoma City Thunder has 2 games this weekend. Tomorrow they play Utah at 8:30 p.m. and Saturday they play Sacramento at 7 p.m. In college basketball, Saturday Tulsa will play Temple University at 11 a.m. OU will play Texas at 11 a.m. and OSU will play Kansas State at 3 p.m. On this day in history, in 1965, Malcolm X was assassinated by rival black Muslims while giving a speech. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Now, here's Kevin Boryczki to tell you about more events coming up at the Central National Bank Center.
Welcome back to the Central National Bank Center. I'm the general manager, Kevin Boryczki. As you can see behind me, we're putting down the court one last time. 2 more major weekends of basketball here at the Central National Bank Center. This weekend, Class A area high school basketball. Next weekend, Class 2A area high school basketball. And then the court goes away until July. But we're really excited for these 2 events and to be able to work with OSSAA to host them right here at the Central National Bank Center, bringing a lot of people into town these next 2 weekends. After that, we have an incredibly busy March. It all kicks off with the circus, the Cardin Circus, Spectacular Circus on March 6th. Tickets start just at about, I think it's $18. You can do a buy one adult, get a kid free. Those vouchers are throughout town, so take advantage of that. It's going to be a great time, and that is March 6th. On March 15th, we have PJ Masks coming, another awesome family show. Going to be a good time. Tickets for that start just around $20 as well, so it's going to be a lot of fun. 2 great family shows in the circus and PJ Masks. Then on March 22nd, a major country show coming to the Central National Bank Center, and that is Josh Turner with Mo Pitney. Going to be a great time. Tickets are going fast. Those start at $35, range to $89, so check that out. It's going to be a great time, and as we all know, not a bad seat in the house. Then on March 30th, it's bull riding coming to the Central National Bank Center. It's the PRCA Extreme Bulls. Tickets for that starting at only $20. Last year, this event sold out, so you want to get your tickets sooner than later. Then we kick off April with the Oklahoma Flying Aces indoor football. Indoor football coming to Enid. Pretty impressive. Right here behind us, you can imagine how exciting it's going to be, where the fans are right on top of the field. It's going to be a blast. Season tickets are on sale right now. Individual tickets go on sale this Friday. They start as low as $12. How can you beat that price to see some great professional indoor football right here at the Central National Bank Center? Later in April, we have Sawyer Brown, April 25th, in partnership with Triangle Insurance. And in May, we have the Beach Boys coming on May 5th. So a ton going on here at the Central National Bank Center. For tickets, cnbcenter.com, 855-TICKS-ENID, or just stop down and see us, 2nd floor of Convention Hall here at the Central National Bank Center. A lot going on here the next few months. Until next time, we send it back into the studios with you, Steve.
Thank you, Kevin, and does a great job of keeping us informed on what's going on with Enid Entertainment. Let's take another quick look at the 3-day weather just to help you plan the big weekend that's coming up.
Yeah, so it looks pretty nice, staying in the higher 40s and lower 50s, so pretty nice for the highs. In the lows, it looks like 25 to 28. That's not too bad, but looks like there's rain likely on Saturday, so plan your weekend accordingly. But overall, not too bad.
I guess the week could use a little bit of rain.
Yeah,
You know?
Never complain about rain around here.
that's true.
The City Council meeting will be tonight. Keep that in mind. We had a holiday, President's Day on Monday. Therefore, our Tuesday meeting was moved to Thursday. So here we go. City Council meeting tonight, 5 o'clock is the study session. Commission meeting gets underway at 6:30. Both meetings for tonight will be held in the council chambers. So it'll be upstairs with both those meetings tonight, getting underway at 5 o'clock. And again, we'll live stream those and we'll air those on Channel 12 and 112 today. If you're able to stay with us in the next 5 minutes, around 8 o'clock this morning, Bob Zoll, you know, Greg Leap graduated from Enid High School. Bob Zoll graduated back in 1965 from Enid High School. He was a member of the state championship football team back then. Bob is a highfalutin engineering, architecture kind of guy, super person. Had the opportunity to sit down and talk with Bob, and that interview is coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. Bob Zoll, great guy.
Time for my favorite
Yes.
segment, and she has 2 dogs, so it's even more fun today.
Okay.
She has Bo and Virgil for us today, so take it away, Charlotte.
Hi, good morning. Today we have 2 brothers. We have Bo and Virgil, and they're both in pen 27. They're terrier mixes, about 2 years old. They're both male, and they're both looking for a new home. You can adopt them together or separate. We just want them both to have a really loving family. So come by and meet them today.
And Bo and Virgil are not shy of the camera at all. Now keep in mind, those are just 24-hour names. When you adopt the pet, it doesn't have to be Bo and it doesn't have to be Virgil. You can take, you live in America, you have the opportunity to change things up and name the pet that you want. But 249-4910 is that number to call. Greg Leap is our special guest this morning on Good Morning Enid from the Surgery Center in Enid. We have just a couple minutes left. One topic that we have not discussed is show me the money, the cost, and cost effectiveness. What can you share about the Surgery Center of Enid and cost effectiveness?
Well, as we all know, healthcare costs for everyone are extremely significant and a major portion of household budgets and major portions of company budgets as well to support these health insurance plans. And the Surgery Center is an amazing cost-effective solution for outpatient procedures. There's often a significant difference in cost between a surgery center outpatient procedure and a hospital-based cost, and these can translate into some really large savings for individuals and groups. There are some even innovative health insurance plans out there that if people elect to have their surgery in an outpatient procedure or in a surgery center like ours, that there will be no out-of-pocket cost because there's such a savings for the plan that they want to pass on to the plan participants. So some very innovative solutions out there. I know that the Health Choice Select program, my wife is a counselor at Waller, and they have a plan similar to that where teachers can go if they have their outpatient procedures at the surgery center, there will be no out-of-pocket cost. So some really interesting things out there that are really moving the needle on savings because we all have certainly been there.
Okay, Greg, we have to go real quick. Your phone number. Somebody's watching the show this morning. They want to reach out and talk to you. How do they reach you?
580-233-7171, and then of course our website.
Okay, very good. Greg Leap, Surgery Center of Enid. So this Thursday, February 21st, another show is in the can or something. So thank you for joining us.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget that raincoat this weekend. Have a wonderful Thursday.
Thank you for having me.